Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining today's Lunch and Learn session. For those of you that haven't attended previous sessions, our Lunch and Learn sessions are short, focused lunchtime webinars that explore a key feature from one of the three softwares I look after. So that's Mindomo, Speechify and VoiceIt. Each month offers a practical walkthrough to help assessors and trainers stay up to date and confident when recommending and demonstrating software. Today we'll be taking a closer look at Mindomo and specifically the Mindomo AI feature, which is a feature designed to support students with research, planning, organisation and independent learning. In this session, we'll focus on how this feature can support students who find starting or structuring work particularly challenging. For those of you that haven't met me before, my name is Ellie and I'm the Education and Workplace Manager for Assistive Solutions. I've been with the company for just over a year now and my role involves working closely with both education and workplace partners, supporting assessors, trainers and institutions to make the most out of assistive technologies for students and employees. So I just want to start with a quick overview. Mindomo is a visual mind mapping concept mapping tool. It helps students organise their thoughts, plan assignments and build connections between ideas in a clear visual format. It's great for students who struggle with organisation, sequencing or working memory, as it lets them see their thinking and structure information in a way that makes sense to them. So today we'll be focusing specifically on the Mindomo AI feature and exploring how it works and how it supports different areas of learning and how it can be introduced within DSA assessments or AT training. The aim is to show how AI can be used responsibly and supportively, guiding students to think for themselves rather than generating full answers for them. I'm sure most of you will have heard this before or will recognise that one of the most common challenges that students face is that moment of starting from a blank page. They understand the topic, but they maybe feel completely stuck on where to start, what to research, and what questions to ask, or even how to structure their ideas. This can often make the student feel a bit anxious or overwhelmed about starting or figuring out which structure works best for them, and in turn delays their progress. Mindomo AI helps break that barrier by giving students structure, prompts, and direction without doing the work for them. So let's just take a look to see how this works in practice with a live demo. So for now, I've just opened up a blank mind map. And my favourite way to give an example of this is with a research structure. So like I said before, the student may know the topic that they want to research or write an essay about, but they don't know what kind of questions to ask or what to go away and research to kind of get to that answer. So they could enter in a topic, say creative industries in the UK. It's always hard to type when you know that people are watching. And then what they can do is they can click the toggle icon to get to the menu. They click on the plus button and then they go to the stars, which is the AI section. There's a range of different options to choose from. My favourite one for this example is to expand with questions. So they can click on that and Mindomo will then give them a list of different questions that they can go away and research. And like I said before, I think this is really, really nice because it's not using AI to do the work for them and give them the answer. It's using AI to give them the prompts to then go away and do their own research, put it in their own words and have their own findings. They can go even further by expanding each question with more questions. And I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. They can really kind of dive as deep into each section as they want by continuing to expand it with more questions. You tend to find that once you're given a bit of a prompt, the kind of juices start flowing and the ideas start flowing and they know where to go from there. But it's nice that they can expand it as much as they need to help them get started. They can then convert this mind map into an outline for a more linear and structured view. And then they can export this into Word or whatever format they prefer. So they can export it into a Word document, and then from there they can enter in their findings and have it saved directly to their desktop. Fantastic. Okay, so now that we've seen Mindomo in action, I just wanted to cover some of the ways that Mindomo supports, and specifically this feature supports students. For me, there's three key areas, and that's creating a structured approach, building confidence and independence, but also supporting executive functioning as well. So firstly, Mindomo AI helps students create a clear structure for their research or assignments. When they enter a topic, Mindomo generates thought-provoking prompts and questions, and these prompts help students organize their thoughts, identify key themes, and plan the flow of their argument before they even need to begin writing. It's an excellent way to reduce that blank page anxiety, and it gives students a starting point they can build on in their own words. For many students, that structure is what allows them to move from, I don't know where to start, to, okay, I can see how this all fits together. Next, Mindomo AI helps to build confidence and independence, as rather than generating essays for them or full responses, it gives them just enough guidance for the student to feel supported, but still in control of their own work. They choose which ideas to explore, how to connect them, and how to phrase their own responses. And that promotes self-directed learning and reduces that kind of resilience on external help. Over time, students can then start to recognize that they can plan, they can organize, they can develop their own ideas, which is a huge confidence boost, especially for those who often doubt their own academic ability, especially for students that are in their first year of university and things maybe feel a bit overwhelming and new anyway. And finally, Mindomo also supports executive functioning. So those core skills that underpin planning, focus, and task management. It helps students to break big assignments into smaller and more manageable parts. It gives a visual framework that supports sequencing and prioritization, and it also helps to maintain their focus so students can see where they are in the process and what comes next. This kind of scaffolding helps to make a real difference for students, especially students with ADHD, autism, or other neurodivergent profiles who may struggle with kind of multi-step academic tasks. But Mindomo isn't just beneficial for students, it also supports mentors and tutors. The collaboration feature allows students to share their mind map with support staff, making it easier to discuss ideas, give feedback, and guide planning without taking over. The collaboration feature also means that the mentor or the tutor can see all of the steps, that the student took to get to where they are now. And it creates a shared visual framework that both the student and the mentor or tutor can work from. And because the student is developing their own content rather than relying on AI, it reduces dependency and helps build that long-term independence that I spoke about before, which I feel is exactly what DSA support aims to achieve. So like I said, it was just a very, very quick walkthrough of Mindomo, specifically the Mindomo AI feature for this month's session. So just to recap on the kind of key takeaways from today's points, Mindomo AI helps students take that first step by turning uncertainty into structure. It also promotes independent thinking and not AI dependency. It supports executive functioning skills like planning, focus, and sequencing. And like I touched on at the end there, it benefits mentors and tutors by providing a clear collaborative framework for support as well. So overall, Mindomo is a simple but powerful way to help students start with confidence and stay organized throughout their studies. So now I would just love to open up the floor to any questions. Feel free to drop them in the question box down below or raise your